Discover how the unbelievable knowledge of a man born 2,000 years ago can show you how to manifest anything and everything you want from life. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, "Be uprooted and planted in the sea," and it will obey you. Jesus Christ, from Luke 17:6. Dear friend, 2,000 years ago, in the city of Bethlehem, in the Galilee region of Israel, a baby was born in a humble manger. His name was Yeshua. Today we know him as Jesus Christ, and he was undoubtedly the most influential man who has ever lived. We are just, today, starting to really understand the meaning of his prophetic and powerful words. As we read the Bible and compare it with the most modern-day findings of science, more and more we are realizing that Jesus knew and understood things about the universe we are just starting to grasp. Imagine a man who lived almost 2,000 years ago had expressed truths about the universe that our most brilliant and cutting-edge scientists are just starting to learn. And now, because the truth of Jesus' teaching is becoming clear, you can put the true meaning of his lessons to work to get anything you want out of life. Now, if you stay with me just for a moment, you'll come to understand how these lessons from the Bible, which I call the Quantum Manifestation Code, can deliver to you anything and everything you want out of your life. Greater financial abundance, deeper and meaningful relationships, a more productive and important job, an expanded and deep intellect, a more incredible sex life, powerful, abundant health, a more attractive appearance. Anything and everything your heart desires, these lessons can give you, quickly and easily. Jesus taught his secrets to the world, but frankly, the world just wasn't ready to hear his message of unlimited abundance and love. While we all know the stories of the Bible, very few have truly understood them. Many people believe that the stories of these miracles Christ performed were meant as metaphors or supposed to be poetic license. But what if they were true? Just imagine if Jesus really did heal lepers and the blind, exorcise demons from the possessed, resurrect the dead, turn water into wine, feed the multitudes, miraculously catch a multitude of fish, walk on water, calm the storm, curse the fig tree, and help the deaf to hear again. What would it mean if all these things were not poetic license and metaphor? What if they were all real? Christ's most amazing discovery. In John 14:12, Jesus tells us, "I tell you the truth, anyone who believes in me will do the same works I have done, and ever greater works." Christ was very clear. Everything he did, we can do too. And we can do even greater things as long as we believe in him. But what if believing in him simply means learning and applying his teachings? What if what he was telling us is that we have all the ability to heal people and to manifest an amazing life that touches those around us, like he did? What if being Christ-like is actually our birthright? We just need to understand it and believe that we can be it. I'm not suggesting we can claim the title of Savior of humanity. I'm just telling you that recent advances in quantum science point to the idea that the Bible is actually explaining how the universe works in the language of the time, and that when we understand what Christ was truly teaching and learn how to use our minds to broadcast what we want, it is created in this world and brought to us, as long as we have faith. This is not the law of attraction nonsense. Over the next few minutes, I will explain in detail how all of this works and reveal how you can tap into the universal power Jesus taught to have anything and everything your heart desires. First, please bear with me a little bit as I explain. Some of these concepts are quite scientific, and things might get just a little confusing. I'm not claiming to be a physicist, nor am I a theologian. However, like some of the most successful people in history, I took action and self-taught the secrets I'm about to share with you. I have spent hundreds of hours studying some of the smartest and most successful people in history, scientists and doctors included. I have also studied the Bible and found these parallels and coincidences. As unbelievable as it might seem, science is quickly proving that Christ was telling the truth about you and I being able to affect the world around us in the same way he did. When you understand the Jesus teaching, you'll discover that you can communicate your desires through faith in Jesus and in God. And the world will change based on those desires. And the most amazing thing is, science has progressed to a point where it can measure the truth of what Jesus taught his disciples 2,000 years ago. With modern instruments, scientists can actually see the universe at the smallest level, change and adjust based on the quantum manifestation code. Let me try to explain the science of it real quick. In quantum science, we know that there are two forms of energy, the wave and the particle. The wave is when everything exists in pure possibility, where the particle is what reality is right now. Through numerous well-documented experiments, scientists have established this mind-boggling but 100% true fact: that electrons, which are the tiniest building block of our universe, behaves in a wave state when nobody is observing or looking at it. But when someone observes these electrons, they suddenly exist as particles. Huh? The same electrons can exist or behave in a wave or particle state, depending on whether they are being looked at or not. Yes, baffling as it may sound, you've heard that right. It is a well-established quantum science fact that electrons, the tiniest building blocks of our universe, respond to a person's interaction with it. But how is that even possible? The answer is quantum superposition. When observed, the electrons act like particles. But when they aren't being observed, they exist in a state called quantum superposition. This is a state where truly every possible outcome exists, all at the same time. That is, until the scientist or somebody watches the electrons or records the experiment in action. Once an experiment is being watched by someone, the electrons instantly collapse from their quantum superposition state and go back to behaving like normal particles. So before the scientists look at the experiment, all possibilities exist. But once they look, only one possibility exists. In other words, when the scientists actively observe, record, or interact with the experiment, the universe changes at the smallest level. Here's the really wild but exciting part. The one possibility that becomes reality will change if a different person is watching the experiment. In other words, when scientist A runs the experiment, he gets one result. But when scientist B runs the same experiment, she gets a different result. The person watching the experiment actually affects the outcome of the experiment. Keep in mind that these subatomic particles are what the entire world, the entire universe, are made out of. If we can affect these smallest building blocks of our universe just by watching, we can affect the entire world. And if simply watching the electrons with no expectation or desire about the outcome changes the universe, what do you think can happen when we focus on a specific outcome? The answer is clear. If we have faith in our ability, we can change the universe at the most fundamental levels, which leads to changes at the higher levels of existence. That allows us to create and get anything we want out of life. It may seem unbelievable, but stay with me a moment and I'll prove it's true. Now let's set the quantum science facts aside for just a minute, and we'll get back to it later. At this point, just remember, the electrons existed in quantum superposition, which means every possibility was happening at the same time. Jesus knew the universe we can see with the naked eye, while the Newtonian model of the universe was nonsensical. At the smallest levels, as strange as it may be to think about, the entire world is made up of energy. That includes the walls of your home, your car, the food you eat, even your physical body, are all made of energy that are vibrating at different rates. Hebrews 11:3 reads, "We understand that the worlds were formed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which are visible." The things that are seen are not made of things that are visible. The idea that 2,000 years ago, they understood that physical material was made from atoms, things that are not visible, might be hard to believe, but I didn't make that verse up. In light of what we've discussed, now let's look at what Jesus says in Mark 11:23. "Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be taken up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Somehow, even 2,000 years ago, he understood the universe was energy and that we could manipulate that energy at will. And modern science is proving Christ right. Our world is made up of atoms, and those atoms are made up of subatomic particles. Only the particles aren't particles at all. They're fluctuations of energy. Then we know Christ said anything is possible to those who have faith. And if we have enough faith, those things would happen. What Christ was teaching us is that we have the power to shape the world as we want it. Through quantum science, we've established that we can already see and record the universe, which is made up of energy, changing at the most fundamental levels. This power to shape the world and affect our universe at the most fundamental level is an awesome ability. And you can harness it to deliver to you anything you want. Whatever you want out of life, you can have it, if you're willing to make one promise. You must agree to only use these secret lessons to improve the lives of yourself and others. Let me introduce myself. My name is Benjamin Malcolm, and for the last 10 years, I have studied why successful people are successful and what makes failures fail. I've had an ongoing fascination with why the top 20% of the people in any endeavor achieve 80% of the results, not just with regard to financial matters of a business. I'm talking about everything, from relationships and marriages to athleticism and intellectual pursuits. And the same is true with money as well. Let's get something straight right now. There's nothing in the Bible that would suggest that you shouldn't be financially abundant. As a matter of fact, there are many readings that suggest that Christ was quite well off. After all, the 3 wise men brought him gold, myrrh, and frankincense. All 3 were treasures in the time when he was born. I don't have any issue with people wanting more money out of life. I spent a lot of my life lacking financial abundance, so I promise I understand. However, the healthy desire for more abundance is not the unending greedy need for more. If you know that you'll never be satisfied and that you'll do anything and everything to get more, then I'm going to ask that you stop now and don't even watch the rest of this presentation. You can't have a balanced life if you are a bottomless void into which you want to keep throwing material things. On the other hand, let me tell you a couple of things about the I don't care about money crowd. First, they don't have any. And secondly, they do care about money. Not the money in and of itself, but what the money can do for them. They're also clueless about how to get more of it. We all want the security and the comfort that money can give us. Everyone wants a level of material comfort. As the saying goes, you really only need a cave, a slab of meat, and a fire. But we all want more than that. We want some safety. We want some comfort. We want to know we can pay our bills without being stressed out every month. We want to be able to help our friends and family when they need it. All of those desires are healthy desires. They're reasonable. They're good. You shouldn't feel in any way embarrassed or ashamed to have them. Remember at the start of this presentation, I spoke about the hidden lessons from the Bible, which I call the Quantum Manifestation Code? The Quantum Manifestation Code can deliver all of your desires and so much more. The Quantum Manifestation Code works based on energy and vibration. Your conscious mind is the director, the focusing agent of this power we are all endowed with. And by focusing our intentions, we can shape the material world. From the very beginning of the Bible, it tells us that energy and vibration can create or destroy the material world. Genesis chapter 1 tells us, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light.' And there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness." And John 1:1 tells us, "In the beginning was the world, and the world was with God, and the world was God." So these 2 passages are telling us that God was the Word, or was vibration. And with that vibration, He created form and existence from a dark void. God literally spoke the world, universe, into existence. It was vibration, energy, and intention that created the universe. God imagined something that wasn't there, and with his words, he created it out of nothing. This isn't a nifty story to tell your children, my friend. This is a formula for creation, and God has given us the ability to use it. That's what Jesus wanted to teach us, and he literally gave us a blueprint to the power we all have inside of us. But instead of understanding what he wanted us to know, we just ascribed his power to being the Son of God and assumed we can't do it, and we don't have the same power he has. Again, this is despite him telling us that we have the ability to do everything he did if we will just understand his teachings and have faith that he is telling us the truth. The good news is, today, frankly, we don't need to have faith, because quantum science is proving that Christ was right. If we believe with all of our hearts, we can do all he has done and more. We simply need to see what we want, then believe it will happen, then speak it into reality. God was but the Word, and he spoke the entire universe into existence, and he created us in his own image. Genesis 1:27 reads, "So God created man in his own image." Let me ask you something. Do you think that means that God has 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 10 fingers, etc.? Of course not. That would be ridiculous. What it means is that God created us as creators. Nothing about us is truly unique in nature, except for one thing. Our intelligence isn't unique. Go ask a zookeeper about the great apes, or a marine biologist about porpoises. Our ability to love and hate isn't unique. That is found through the animal kingdom. Heck, any dog owner can tell you that dogs love and hate. Same with apes, with ravens, etc. Our ability to organize and work together isn't unique either. Some of the smallest animals in existence work together much better than we do. The only thing that makes us unique is imagination, the ability to see the world as we want it to be, rather than as it is. Because we can imagine how we want things to be. We can change our environment. Among all the species of plants and animals on the earth, we are the only ones who can see the world as it is, then imagine how we want it to be, and set out to make it that way. That might not seem like much, but it's the true root of creation. It's how we are made in the image of God, because he blessed us with an imagination, and that imagination gives us the ability to change and affect the world around us. The conscious mind is what controls our imagination. Our imagination is located in and controlled by our conscious mind. Although we can and often cede control to our subconscious, we can easily take it back with the slightest of intentions. For example, close your eyes and imagine the sweet taste of blueberries and cream. Even if you've never had blueberries and cream, if you've had blueberries and you've had cream, you can imagine them together. Focus enough and use your imagination vividly, and your mouth will actually start watering, and you'll taste blueberries and cream. Our conscious mind houses our imagination, and it's in the imagination that our ability to tap the quantum manifestation code is found. Webster's dictionary defines consciousness as 1. The state of being conscious, aware of one's own feelings, what is happening around one, etc. 2. The totality of one's thoughts, feelings, and impressions. Conscious mind. The bottom line is that self-awareness is consciousness. We are aware of ourselves, our feelings, etc., because we have a conscious mind, in addition to an instinctual mind. On the other hand, dogs, well, wonderful animals, operate only on instinct. They're not aware of themselves and their mortality. The conscious mind and the imagination are the primary difference between animals and humans. That's why it's said we were made in the image of God. We can use this gift of the conscious mind and our imagination to create anything we want, if we understand how to do it. It is in our imagination that we find the virtually unlimited creative ability that each and every one of us was gifted with. We know as a quantum science fact that we can change the outcome of a quantum experiment dramatically using just our observation. Without our observation, Every single possibility happens at the same time. But when humans watch or record the experiment, the electrons behaved as particles, just like how the scientists imagined them to be. Just by watching, the scientists created a quantum wave function collapse, where rather than every possible outcome happening all at once, only one outcome happened. In other words, the electron, the smallest building block of our universe, exists only in a state of unlimited outcomes, until it's looked at. Once it's looked at, only one outcome exists. How you can use this knowledge to change your life. The science might be interesting, but the question is, how can this help you in your life right now, today? By summarizing the findings of several scientists, we find a stunning conclusion. The world around us and our conscious mind are indelibly linked at the microscopic quantum level. We can tell from quantum science experiments that through this link, our minds can influence the world around us. And because we control our conscious minds, we can intentionally exert influence and control on the world around us. The implications of this truth are almost unbelievable. They would be unbelievable except we read what Christ did in the Bible, and when we study his teachings with the understanding of quantum science, too much lines up perfectly to be ignored. There have been studies for decades that show that people can affect the results of random number generators just by meditating and believing that they can. That's right. For decades, scientists have tried to explain how random number generators, which create a string of ones and zeros at a 50-50 ratio, can create 60%, 70%, or 80% ones if someone meditates on it, creating more ones, or zeros if someone meditates on it, creating more zeros. By simply thinking and believing, a person can manipulate the function of a random number generator. Sounds like a miracle? Christ performed miracle after miracle, and Christ gave us a clear and specific formula to follow to perform miracles in our life. You can use the quantum manifestation code to shape the reality around you. You simply need to learn to use your conscious mind. All it takes is a little training and some focused effort on your part. We may not need to curse a fig tree or turn water into wine, but how about a promotion at work? Rid yourself of minor aches and pains. Have supernatural health and vitality. What could you do if you had access to an infinite storehouse of information that you can draw on instantly? Now you can easily accomplish all that and more in my new program, the Quantum Manifestation Code. How you can shape your world easily and quickly with the hidden teachings of Christ. Anytime I talk about the Quantum Manifestation Code, people always ask me, if I can do miracles, why bother doing this? Why not just miracle up everything you want out of life? I understand the question, but it suggests a misunderstanding of the teachings of Christ and the Bible. You can't just materialize what you want and have it drop in your lap. That would be nice, but it would also be a disaster. We would live in a world that changes as quickly as the mind of a 5-year-old. It would be a nightmare. You must concentrate on what you want with calm focus. Then the universe, or perhaps God himself, starts the process to bring that to you. What you want has to be created in the physical world, then brought to you. Remember how the electrons in quantum science experiments existed in all possible states at once until someone looked at them? Well, the world exists in all possible states at once until something acts upon it. When you decide you want something, you are acting upon the world, and it will start to collapse into the reality you want. However, you can't keep changing your mind and setting the world onto a different path every moment. You also can't give up and lose faith on what will happen. You must stay focused on what you want and maintain the belief that it will arrive. So, the first thing you must do to use the quantum manifestation code is learn to focus your mind. First, know what you want and focus. Next, unleash the power found in the quantum manifestation code, and your desires will arrive in your life so quickly it might scare you a little. Several of my friends have been startled when I shared my first draft of the quantum manifestation code with them, like John T., who said, "Benjamin, I finally understand why prayer works. It seems silly, but now that I have a real understanding about how this all works, I find myself getting everything I pray for. I guess I needed to have more faith for God to answer my prayers. Or did God just give me the power to answer my own prayers if I had enough faith in what he did? I don't know. I just know that my life has drastically changed for the better. Thank you." Or Samantha M., who wrote, "I can't believe how fast the quantum manifestation code works. It's nothing less than shocking. I got the book and read it. When I was done, I was skeptical, but I figured following the program couldn't hurt. So I did. Within days, I had more money. My transportation problems vanished, and a friend since high school, who I had a falling out with over a year ago, reached out to reconnect, which is the best news of all. I may have been skeptical, but now I'm a believer. I want to tell the world. I just wish I could find a church that teaches what Benjamin teaches. It's like they want to keep us dependent on them, while Benjamin helps set you free and realize your true, God-given abilities." Or even Archibald, who writes, "Benjamin, I can't thank you enough for your amazing work. I've been a preacher for over 20 years, and you opened my eyes. For years I believed that Jesus' rebukes of his disciples seemed unfair. Certainly, he can't expect his disciples to do the same miracles he did. He's the Son of God. Who would have thought that a book would finally help me realize that we are all the sons and daughters of God, and we all truly can do all that Christ did, and more. What's really exciting is that I've consolidated the quantum manifestation code into a 7-week program, and I've even discovered how to create a force multiplier effect. Even the biggest and most outrageous desires can be manifested in almost no time at all. In my 7-week program, you'll discover how to discover your burning passions. Emotion tempered by belief and discipline is the key to Christ-like power. Most people don't know how to find their passions, but you will have a clear path. How to manifest your best life that help fulfill those passions in a meaningful way. The true implications of knowing that the whole world is energy. How to draw your intentions to the surface so you can activate your God-given power to manifest in this world. A step-by-step process to become aware of your ability to manifest reality. The true way to take control of your life immediately. How to raise your vibrations in order to make powerful changes in the world. The importance of loving yourself. Hint: you are a creation of God. The power of gratitude. The incredible power of radical authenticity. How to ensure creation is always sending more blessings your way. How to tap into your inner creativity and let loose the incredible flood of artistic skill you may have never known you had. And much, much more. This information is so powerful, so life-transforming, that many in the world would gladly pay as much as $997 for it. I've even had people offer me $1,997 if I would teach them privately. And while I don't have any problem with making more money and having a comfortable life, I didn't create this course to get rich. I want people to understand what I understand about Jesus' teaching and apply our God-given abilities. People routinely pay somewhere between $99 to $299 per week for online courses with less powerful information than this. But I want this information to spread far and wide, not just to a few who have a lot of money already. Look, this is life-changing information. If enough people understand their power, it could literally change the world. Dismantle the power structure who are telling you that you're just a flesh robot. Tear down the control systems which have held humanity back for generations. This could be the start of a revolution of consciousness which impacts the entire planet. And so I want you to have everything for just a small donation of $47. I'll send you a complete copy of the Quantum Manifestation Code, how you can shape your world easily and quickly with the hidden teachings of Christ. If you'll just help me cover the costs associated with spreading the word. In fact, I am so confident of the Quantum Manifestation Code's power to transform lives that I'm making you this promise. If for whatever reason at all you are not 100% satisfied with the transformation that the Quantum Manifestation Code, how you can shape your world easily and quickly with the hidden teachings of Christ, has brought to you, just drop me an email within the next 60 days and I'll refund your money, every last cent. Your small donation to this cause is 100% risk-free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by clicking the order button below this video now. However, I know you won't ask for your donation back because with Quantum Manifestation Code, you don't need any special skills or hours a day to meditate or years to learn it. You just need to go through the 7 simple lessons you'll instantly receive when you click the button below. Just spend a week on each lesson. Follow the simple instructions, and you'll see your life start to morph into the life you want and deserve. In each lesson, there are small exercises to boost your confidence in yourself and the quantum manifestation code. Remember, faith is an important part of this whole process, so I have included small exercises to help you build your faith as you go. Each week, you'll have several small wins that will help bolster your confidence and belief until after 7 weeks, you'll be manifesting at an unbelievable level. There is one catch, though. You must do the work. It doesn't take more than a few minutes a day, so it's not much. And frankly, if you don't have the desire or the discipline to spend 5 or 10 minutes each day doing a little bit of work, maybe you just don't want to change your life. I don't mean to seem harsh, but you have to do the work if you want the results. Okay, stop here. You need to ask yourself a question before you go on. At this point, you need to decide if you're the kind of person who wants results, or are you the kind of person who would rather have excuses? Ask yourself, can I make a decision and work toward my goals? Or should I just resign myself to forever talking about things and never living the life I want? Are you still with me? Good. Then I think you know the answer. Simply click the button below and you'll get instant access to the quantum manifestation code. Plus, I'm going to include some bonuses to reward you for being the type of action-oriented person who gets stuff done. So, if you order today, I'm going to give you the Power Nap Plus program. After years of studying the most successful people in the world and studying people who have unknowingly used quantum manifestation code to create massive successes in their lives, there is one thing they all have in common. Whether they had amazing health, financial abundance, powerful relationships, a fabulous love life, or had a combination of all of them, every single person I studied had one thing in common. They all swore by the mental, spiritual, and emotional importance of naps. Here's the problem. If you aren't taking several naps every week, you aren't living to your fullest potential. Period. By simply taking a few naps every day and resting your mind and your body, you'll have more energy, more zest for life, and you'll feel more emotionally centered. As crazy as it may sound, this one small thing can change your life. Remember, even a 1,000-pound door swings on small hinges. Don't discount the power of naps to transform your physical and mental health. Power Nap Plus harnesses the power of binaural beat brainwave entrainment technology to drop you almost instantly into the ideal brainwave state for a power nap. During the day, your brainwave frequency operates at a beta wave level between 12 to 38 Hz. But in deep, relaxing, restorative sleep, your brainwaves drop to a delta wave state of just 0.5 to 3 Hz. Of course, to reach that relaxing, restorative state, it can take 90 to 120 minutes under normal circumstances. However, because of the miracle of brainwave entrainment technology, Power Nap Plus can have you moving towards delta waves in minutes. And after an 11-minute or 20-minute nap, depending on how long you have, you'll feel restored and ready for the day. You simply put on a pair of headphones or earbuds and play the 11-minute or 20-minute Power Nap Plus track. Within a minute or so, you'll find your eyes feeling heavy, and you simply settle into a comfortable position. As the track comes to an end, it slowly picks your brainwave activity back to a beta state, which means you awake feeling fully rested at 100% alert. Power Nap Plus would normally require an investment of at least $39.90 by itself. However, because I know the power of naps, and because I know you likely don't take them, I'm going to include Power Nap Plus free if you click on the button below and place your order today. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you bigger than how you are currently living? Yes, you are. Do you feel your life is the highest and best expression of who you are? If not, then come with me and we'll use the same techniques that the most influential man who ever lived used to perform miracles like the world has never seen. Let's use quantum manifestation code to improve our lives, improve the lives of those we love, and improve our world. At this rock-bottom cost of $47, it amounts to less than $7 a week, just 96 cents a day. Today, even with $1, you can't even get a cup of coffee anywhere in the United States. So surely this isn't an outrageous amount to invest in yourself to get the quantum manifestation code and learn how you can shape your world easily and quickly with the hidden teachings of Christ. So, just click the Add to Cart button below, and you'll have instant access to the Quantum Manifestation Code. Remember, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain from your donation that comes with a full 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Luke 11:5-13 says, "Then Jesus said to them, 'Suppose you have a friend, and you go to him at midnight and say, "Friend, lend me 3 loaves of bread. A friend of mine on a journey has come to me, and I have no food to offer him." And suppose the one inside answers, "Don't bother me. The door is already locked, and my children and I are in bed. I can't get up and give you anything." I tell you, even though he will not get up and give you the bread because of friendship, yet because of your shameless audacity, he will surely get up and give you as much as you need. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Which of your fathers, if your son asks for a fish, will give him a snake instead? Or if he asks for an egg, will give him a scorpion? If you then know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give the Holy Spirit to those who will ask him? The message is very clear. Ask and it will be given to you. Isn't it time you discovered how to ask for the life you want? Isn't it time you learned how to communicate with God and ask Him for help finding and building the life of your dreams? You can start today. You can start right now. Just click the button below to make your guaranteed 100% risk-free donation, and you'll have the Quantum Manifestation Code, how you can shape your world easily and quickly with the hidden teachings of Christ in minutes. Read it, use it, do the simple exercises, and if you do what I outline and persist, if you ask, if you know, if you seek, the doors shall open. You shall receive what you want, and you shall find what you seek. Still here? I know you probably have some questions, so let me just see if I can cover some of them. Question: I've tried other manifestation programs before, and they didn't work. Why will this be any different? Answer: the reason is simple. None of the other manifestation programs out there have decoded the teachings of Christ. When you uncover the hidden teachings of Christ, watch out. You'll be able to take everything you've heard or not heard about Christ, to learn and apply it to your own life, to quickly and easily shape the world around you, to whatever you wish for it to be. In 7 weeks, you'll be able to attain a level of enlightenment and sense of freedom and abundance that lets you literally feel like living in heaven on earth. Question: is the Quantum Manifestation Code scientifically proven to work? Answer: absolutely. Quantum Manifestation Code is based on research on numerous well-established quantum science facts and the Bible. For hundreds of years, the statements that we have come to believe based on faith can finally be decoded with quantum science, and to allow us to learn how we can shape our world easily and quickly. Question: what if I decide it's not right for me? Answer: the first step would be to contact us so we can help you determine if you're using the program correctly. My support team and I are on standby to answer any questions that you may have. But again, you literally take 0 risk with Quantum Manifestation Code. You have a full 60-day money-back guarantee. If at any point during that 60-day period you decide it's not for you, you can return it for a full refund. Every penny. No hassle, not a single question. Your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. Question: what will happen to all the other manifestation material I've learned? Answer: well, right now, all that learning may not have gotten you anywhere, but it does not mean that they are not useful. It's just that you may have not understood them fully yet. Once you go through the Quantum Manifestation Code and attain a whole new level of understanding, you'll be able to activate and multiply your results with all that you've learned and more. The sky's the limit. Question: how soon should I expect results? Answer: every person is different. We have all gone through life differently and met with different experiences. So your response to the Quantum Manifestation Code will be different from anyone else. Some experience powerful results in the first couple of weeks. Others take some time. We ask that you complete the 7-week program and let the knowledge sink into your mind completely before you fully evaluate your results. Keep this in mind. The results become cumulative. The more you practice the quantum manifestation code and live in a manner consistent with it, the more dramatic your results will be. Question: will quantum manifestation code help me get better results from the law of attraction? Answer: yes. As explained earlier, whatever law of attraction material that you have learned before may not have gotten you very far because you may not have understood the true essence of them fully. But once you master quantum manifestation code and open up your mind to the hidden lessons of Christ, you'll be able to quickly and rapidly change your life with all that you've learned now and in the past. Question: are there any harmful side effects with quantum manifestation code? Answer: none. The only warning is to not read while driving a vehicle or operating equipment. Question: is my personal information safe? Answer: yes. Our payment processor, ClickBank, employs 256-bit encryption technologies using secure sockets layers, SSL, from trusted vendors like VeriSign and Thwot to encrypt sensitive data. Your personal information could not be safer.